Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All Have It Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free beer night, and the beer we're going for tonight is this one. It is Cobra Zero. And Cobra Zero is something that I've kind of been dreading trying, and I'm going to be honest and tell you why. Good friend of mine who I work with, Jim, he's tried this many years ago, and he did not like it in the slightest. To him, he said it tasted entirely like unfermented wort. So, I've been a little bit apprehensive about this one. However, Cobra itself, I've drunk many times over the years, undoubtedly as many have, sitting in an Indian restaurant with a good curry and a good pint of Cobra to go with it. You know, the full fat version isn't terrible. I've not reviewed it on the channel yet. I will do later on. And I enjoyed it. Will I enjoy this one, though? We shall find out. So, got it from the Wise Bartender as always for most of my alcohol-free stuff. And what can I tell you about the beer? Not a lot. It does say that it is premium beer brewed with malted barley and hops. It's the same smooth taste apparently, but no alcohol. And it is down as 0.0% ABV. It does tell you on the back, but it's so small and the label's so shiny I can't really turn it around and show you. There's really little information on the bottle because you've not even got a barcode on this one. You've got let's see what we can get. Yeah, you've got text, little bit of something there, ingredients, and that's it. No barcode, no nothing. I like the bottle though. I will say I do like the bottle. So let's get it out into a glass and see if it tastes as bad as Jim truly thought it did, or if it's better than that. So that's your beer cap. It's Cobra with a little zero alcohol on it. There we go. So we're pouring into the AF Beer Club glass, and the pour is light, very light. It's lager coloured, I guess. Crystal clear. Let's encourage a bit of a head, shall we? Come on. There we go. So that's our Cobra Zero in a glass. It is pale as you like, straw coloured, crystal clear. A few little inclusions floating around, and we've got a white head that's relatively tight and compact actually. That's your beer in a glass. You can see my little mug all the way through there. It's looking a little bit Halloweeny, so enjoy it while you can. It looks alright. I can't knock it overly. It's a little bit paler than a beer I would ordinarily go for, and I realise that with all this black telly and PC behind, you can't really see too much the colour of this one. I need to change that so you can get a better appreciation of it. Anyway, so it looks alright. Let's go for a whiff. Light. It reminds me of the Budweiser alcohol-free in the aroma. Very pale, almost like a rice-like thing. There's really not a lot of aroma. I'm getting the tiniest hint of a hop. Not a lot else. Tiny hint of malt. But it is so light on the aroma. You're really having to get in and do a slow, deep breath just to try and appreciate any of it at all. So, it looks light. It smells very light. Let's go for a taste. Cheers. Okay. I wouldn't say it tastes like unfermented wort, but it is very sweet. It's super sweet. It has got elements of lager about it. You have got that kind of green, ever so slightly spicy hop to it. Slightly grassy, malty, and as it's sitting in the mouth and the finish is developing, it's getting more flavour. That's unusual. That really is. It's getting more flavour as it develops. It's medium body, well carbonated, smooth in the mouth. You know, I've got no qualms with the delivery of the beer in that sense at all. And it's got much more flavour than the aroma suggests. as I sip it, I'm getting more and more of that grassy, slightly spicy hop, and there's a pleasant bitterness sitting behind that sweetness. At first, it's really, really sweet. That's fading as it goes. That's not as bad as I first thought. Very decent body to it, I must give it that. One of the best bodies on an alcohol-free lager that I've had. It's in no way thin or watery at all. And the finish on this one is actually rather good. I'm enjoying that more than I thought I would. Yeah. So, a pleasant surprise. Let's consult the scoreboards of joy, starting with the Untapped Aid Memoir, which says there's been about 1,200 check-ins. And look at that low average score, 1.86. That's low. And, you know, based on the initial opinions from people who've drunk it that I've sort of heard and read, it's kind of justified. But I think it's a little bit better than that. My scoreboard of joy is currently empty, apart from the name. So we're going to give it the usual 5 pillars of judgment. The looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and the finish. So we'll just top it off. There we go. It looks okay. You know, it looks like a lager should. It's pale. It's a macro lager. It's crystal clear, of course. And you've got a nice white head on it. Can I fault it? It's paler than I would usually go for. And I have had some darker lagers that I prefer the look of. But in reality, it's not as bad as it seems. I cannot fault it too much. I'm going to give it the 0.75. The aroma is, however, a bit of a stinker. It's ridiculously pale on the nose. You get very, very little. And you still get very little, even with more of it in the mouth. It's so light. It's so almost not there. And for that, you know, there's nothing to enjoy. You know, you wouldn't get that close and sit sniffing it unless you're a little bit like a Glenn Quagmire type person of the world and sit there sniffing it constantly. It's going to get a 0 on the aroma. The body, I cannot fault in any way, shape or form. It's great weight to it. It's great carbonation. It's smooth and nice in the mouth. It does what a lager should in the mouth. I'm going to give it the full point on the body. And the taste is where I had the biggest fear, let's be honest. And once you get past that initial sweetness, you get those grassy hops. You get a slight bit of bitterness and a little bit of spicy, kind of peppery edge to the hops. I really, really like it. I didn't expect to. I'm going to give it a full point because it delivers when it matters most. You know, get past that first sip though, that's the only caveat. And the finish, as I said, after the first few sips, it develops in the mouth. You get more of that bitterness. You get more of those spicy hops. And when I have a lager, I want the spicy hop. I want that SARS type thing. And I want a lot of it. And this one delivers. It really does. It says that it's the same smooth taste. It's not quite there. It's a little bit sweeter than the full fat version. But it's not far off. And I enjoy it. And would I buy it in a curry house? Would I buy it anywhere else? Yes, I would. I'm waffling. I haven't told you the score on the finish. It's great. I like the finish a lot. I'm going to give it the full point. And so, for a beer that, you know, started out with such a fearsome sort of reputation, with such a low score for the aroma, you know, it's ended up with a total score of 3.75 out of 5, which I think is actually not bad at all, which, looking at the score there, it's near as damn it double the average score on Untapped. So yeah, it goes to show that a reputation can precede something, but it doesn't have to be listened to every single time. And on that glorious note, I am going to say that's been the beer. I've been Nick. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them. You've got the like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.